What's up guys, back into another reaction to the Berserk manga. This time I'll be reacting to volume 11, chapters 1 and 2 of whatever those chapters are. Interesting cover we got right here. I think it includes some of the, well, it definitely includes the Mother Slugger, which we've seen quite a few times now throughout this story, haven't we? What looks to be maybe Zod up there, could just be another demon. I'm not 100% sure, maybe that's not Zod, but it's got horns. And then the other little fairy type thing that we saw during the fight, well, it wasn't really a fight, with Skull Knight and Rickert, when those monsters arrived from Skull Knight, just told them to piss off. That was absolutely brilliant, but maybe she's got a bigger part to play than I realised potentially. It does seem quite prominent here in the artwork, so maybe she encounters Guts perhaps at some point. Guts looks pretty torn up right here, so interested to see what chapters are going to be included in this volume. Do let me know what you guys think about this first couple chapters down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like this video, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions. Guts looking crazy right there. Ka. I think that says Ka or Ga maybe. Got the two kind of line things. Makes me think it means Ga. I didn't realise that they put the line things after a exclamation mark. That's quite interesting. If that is the case, that is. So we've got, oh yeah, the devil dogs. I almost forgot about that. They got introduced very similarly to the Bakiraka in the last few chapters we read, didn't they? Oh yeah, shit. So I saw that stuff. Don't want to have to sense that again. Yeah, they were talking about like scum, weren't they, by the Knights? So again, they had a pretty similar kind of introduction to the Bakiraka, which I find interesting. They seem much more kind of bastard types. The Bakiraka actually seem quite respectful and quiet, but powerful as well. They said that they could take on armies, so I'd be interested to see what these devil dogs can do. We've got Roar of the Wild Beast, interesting. Maybe that revolves around Zod. Forest of Tragedy. No idea what that's gonna. Mortal Kombat. Chapter 1 and 2. Armor of the Heart, the flying one, which probably in reference to the elf thing that we saw, perhaps. The Immortal Once Again. Some interesting set of chapters here. Not at the eclipse just yet as well. Makes me feel like there's quite a lot here. Obviously the first 4 chapters at the very least, and probably the flying one as well. At the very least 5 of these chapters are not adapted, it seems. So this should be very interesting. Devil Dogs chapter 1. So it looks like we're back with the king, and that's quite a fitting image right there, to be honest, isn't it? He almost looks like he's a rotting tree. Almost. But just pure darkness. Little bastard lied to his daughter again. I'm not sure how she could ever touch him again, to be honest. She touched his hand last episode. If I was in her position, I don't know if I could ever touch this guy or even speak to this guy again. It's gross. He is looking like an old tree nowadays, isn't he? Look at his hands. Very much looks like he's going to pass away sometime soon. I always did find it so fascinating how simple kind of medieval and old school kind of badges and such were. They literally just take like the most simple elements, but there were big elements to them back in the day, I guess, like the sun, the moon, the day, the night, the thunder, the rain, stars. So simple. Much simpler time, of course. Thing would depends who you are, but some people would say things were better in simpler times. Some people obviously further current the technology and such, but such a big disparity between the two. I think the further we go, the more we'll kind of integrate into technology and such as well. I do imagine it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. An interesting point covered in the Alien movies a little bit with the kind of AI characters in there. Charlotte. She hasn't spoken a word to me this past year. In fact, she's shut herself in her room, and I haven't ever seen her. Haven't even seen her. When I said that I was entering, she screamed and cried as if she'd gone mad, like she had been cornered by some dreadful monster. Well, the fact that you're saying that means that you don't really understand why she's doing this. But you've literally explained the reason within your own words. Some kind of dreadful monster. That's exactly what she's seeing right now. Like, do you not realise what you've done to this girl? Thank you, father. Father. I imprisoned her beloved man, mad with jealousy. What's more, even as she bravely risked the poison in her own body, I committed a deed lower than even a devil's against her own, my daughter. Sorry. I committed a deed lower than even a devil's against her, my own daughter. Yet she calls me father? But you'd done that after she called you father, and she has no idea. This guy's just a bastard, isn't he? Looks like he's dropped his hat. Maybe that's representing him perhaps dropping the king thing and maybe swallowing his pride a little bit, realising what he'd done was wrong here. Because he set the worst people. Again, these soldiers called the Bakiraka like the worst group of people, so he set some even worse people. I think in terms of how nasty they are, the devil dogs look like the worst type of people, just from the slight glimpse we saw last episode, in the last chapter. And he set them on him. Bit too late for all this now though, isn't it? Let's be honest. I won't forgive you. Is he talking to himself there? Or is he talking to Griffith? Look at his crazed face. There's a lot more to do with the king in the manga, isn't there? Which I'm very glad about, to be honest. Again, it sucks a little bit because we did kind of leave him off at a good place, I guess. In the anime, he wasn't that terrible a person or anything. It was actually, I quite rooted for him a little bit. Almost felt bad when Griffith done that to his daughter, but again, very much different here. But I do like it. Both versions good. Obviously this one a bit better because it expands upon him a bit more. But I wasn't too mad at where we left off with him, to be honest, either. Griffith. See how you're saying that to Griffith. Your words, which stole Charlotte away. You alone. I swear it. For that I would despise even this thing. That man. I'm sure that Weald will bring your head before me. That's a hard name to say, isn't it? Weald. Almost like a bit of a Dutch name. Dutch names are quite hard to say. When I decided that in order to compensate for... Sorry. When I decided that, in order to compensate for... Oh, they're two separate... Oh, I was reading that like it was one. It was 5 years ago. When I decided, in order to compensate for the shortage of soldiers in the prolonged war, I would assemble all of the able-bodied criminals of the kingdom. Of all the collected convicts, one man volunteered. He was a bizarre man. This was a bit of a JoJo reference. It is literally just the word bizarre, but can't help it. Something about him was inhuman. Yeah, again, he doesn't look human at all. Look at the people behind him. He doesn't look completely monsterific as well. Monsterific. He doesn't look completely like a monster either, though, does he? He does look more human than a monster, but he's still got some very much monster features. You wish me to make you the leader? Yeah, the way we do things, the strongest takes charge. Say what? The hell you think you are? You want to get beat down, monkey? Damn, looks like there's another kind of monster there as well. Oh my god. Wow, this guy is something. You know, I think there's probably plenty of horror characters that looks like this guy, isn't there? Off the top of my head, he looks a little bit like something from the Hills Have Eyes or something. Kind of like inbred. Very strange. I'm not sure he looks monsterific either. I think that is probably just a very round head, hasn't he? Almost like a stone. But yeah, he definitely looks more human than anything. More human than the guy in front of him, I think. It's just the face of this guy, to be honest. Obviously the hair as well. The body is like completely human. But his face is just a bit too kind of stretched forward, isn't it? If you know what I'm saying. Like, that is not a human-shaped face right there. Barbo. It's Barbo the armor hacker. I like your style, monkey. It's alright, the toughest gets to be the boss, and that's me. So an octopus slipped into the monkey troop. Octopus? Hey King, let me have a go with him. Whoever wins gets to be the boss. Cool? Majesty. Very well. It is the only way to settle it amongst them. I mean, you haven't even thought of any other way, but guess you don't really care because they're criminals. It was obvious to anyone where the strength lay. The man who first stepped forward had but a slight chance of winning. On the other hand, the giant Barbo seemed easier to manage, thus I permitted the duel. I don't need it. No sword either. It's all in fun. Damn, so he didn't even take off his fucking shackles? That's what you should be scared if you're this Barbo guy. You need some kind of performance to capture the hearts of the troops. To get ruffians like these to obey, sometimes ordinary incentives won't cut it. Overwhelming power, a sense of charisma is essential. How did this guy get looked up in the first place then? That's quite interesting, isn't it? How did this guy get caught if he's this powerful? By sheer numbers, perhaps? What? King, as thanks for my appointment as leader, I present a goodie to you. A new statue on top of that tower. Does this guy have some kind of magical ability then? A new statue? He's planning on turning this guy into a statue. And he's already saying that he's won as well. Enough! That silly nonsense talk out of you. Eat this, you monkey. I guess he is quite monkey-like in the face, isn't he? Oh shit. Oh shit, what the fuck? Oh damn. What did he do here? It's like he called some crows to somehow lift this man. I'm not sure this makes any sense. Must have been a lot of crows. Because that looks like one fat bastard, doesn't it? And how did he get away with this, if you know what I'm saying as well? Like how could the king or anyone else see this and be like, yeah, we should let that man free and be in charge of a gang of criminals? This man that can control birds with this special power. It's like, fucking hell. If I was the king, I'd secretly try and kill this guy. It was an unbelievable spectacle. In an instant, a strange statue had appeared on the peak of the tower. Although it had happened before our eyes, it still seemed as if it had been unreal. Like some tasteless joke or something. Also, if he had this ability to control birds in a way, he could have theoretically just escaped at any point, right? I'm really not sure this makes that much sense. Okay. Who am I to say what makes sense and what doesn't? Not one man there was able to emit even a sound. I've said this before, sometimes, in the JoJo, some of the latest JoJo's episodes, I mean, I understand that these series are kind of fairy tales and they are set in their own worlds and they have their own rules and such, but even to that extent, a lot of them do have their own rules and such in their same universe, and this Berserk universe has been shown to be very realistic, very close and akin to kind of medieval ages and such. Again, I'm not really a historian, but kind of early stages of civilization. Well, maybe not early stages. In the 1000th century, somewhere within that span, and it's very realistic in that way. But obviously, it's again got these kind of demons and magic and elves and such, and it's got this this stuff which you can't really put a cap on, if you know what I'm saying. You can't really put too many rules on such. Like with this guy's ability, I understand this guy's got this ability, but just the fact that he's got this ability and he was in the circumstances he was in just doesn't add up, in my opinion. Not one man there was able to even emit a sound. As he declared, he completely seized the hearts of the convicts through a charisma of fear. The Black Dog Knights he led were on equal footing with the Band of the Hawk in terms of valour. But even with that in mind, there was inhuman cruelty. Their inhuman cruelty was intolerable. Whether they were in enemy territory or on my own domain, as long as it was a battlefield, they would plunder, violate women, and butcher even the old and children. Sound like the Vikings, to be honest with you. But a little worse. But instead of finding fault in them, during the war I would send them to remote battlefields, to keep him away from the centre of the army, from my presence. Yes, I too was afraid of him. That strange man. Again, I would be as well. If that just happened before your eyes in a fight out, I'd want to secretly kill this guy. Because he's dangerous. Even if he's on your side, he's dangerous. And who knows how long he'll be on your side. Maybe he isn't even human. I think that's pretty obvious. I think that's pretty obvious at this point. Yet, all the more, it's fitting for the Hawk's windpipe to be gnawed through by an evil beast beyond human control. I guess that is slightly poetic, isn't it? Just you wait, Griffith. The hounds have been loosed, starved for blood. The black hounds of hell. I love that right there. I'd love to see this animated. It's very reminiscent of like a 70s, 80s, 90s type kind of villain deal, isn't it? Love that panel. Very gross looking panel, of course, but it works. Just gonna check. I'm actually recording this a day earlier than I usually would. I usually record them in advance anyway. But I'm waiting for the Bleach episode right now, and it's still not out. Like sometimes it's released at 4:45, and it's now like 4:10. Sometimes it's released at 2:15. Sometimes it's released at 3:30, and sometimes it's released at 4:30. I don't really understand what's going on with that, but out a little bit later today, so I thought I'd record some Berserk instead for the time being. Easy. There. We're sorry to burden you. On top of watching our horses, you're loaning us a cart. Here's what we promised. This much is more than enough. Believe me, being able to help out the Lord Griffith and the kingdom's hero, the Band of the Hawk, the honour's all ours. Oh, I fucking... He's shown us his family. I do not like where this is going already. The fact that he has a family. Why could this not just be like a single man? But yeah, the fact that he's shown us his family makes me feel like these guys are all going to die. I just get that for it's Berserk. This is the Berserk manga. I just get that feeling, if you know what I'm saying. He's like a very humble man as well. What the hell? The same song. Interesting. Must have two versions of this song on my playlist, but the same song just started playing again. Yeah, he looks like a nice guy, doesn't he? Unfortunately. Yeah, it looks like we're at the Band of the Hawk. Some a farm. Please take this. Take these. I believe in you, so what you're saying at the castle must be some kind of mistake. I know that none of you would ever commit treason. I believe that. We all do. Siska all dressed up. Oh, hush you. She does look pretty nice. Again, I feel like she's going to die. But nice that she gave Griffith some flowers. Do you know what? It's really nice as well that we get more time spent with Griffith in this state, if you know what I'm saying. It kind of was all too quick in the anime anyway, and the movies, that we got Griffith to kind of set off, and then it was the eclipse, if you know what I'm saying. There wasn't a lot of in between there. There was a little bit, but there really wasn't much at all. Wow, is that even a smile from him right there? But the fact that we're getting so much in that kind of time span is actually really awesome, because that's one of the most interesting points for Griffith, in my opinion, when he's in this state of nothingness, if you know what I'm saying, when he can't do anything. All he's got is his thoughts, really. That would be the most interesting time to have an introspective into Griffith. So really happy that this is the case in the manga. It kind of seems like a bad choice from the anime, but I guess they've got must have to cut out quite a lot of this to fit it in 24 episodes, I guess. Why would they not put this in the movie then? Again, maybe too long, but it seems like, again, one of the most interesting points of Griffith's character. So bit of a shame. I understand though. I understand. This is cuttable, I guess. I haven't even read it all, so don't really know, but yeah, it almost looks like a smile there. Maybe because you do need quite a lot of muscles to actually use your mouth and smile and such. So you might genuinely just not have enough muscle to smile. But nice of her there, wasn't it? Nice of her. He looks at least quaint, if you know what I'm saying. Like, content. We entreat you not to tell anyone about this. Entreat. It could end up putting all of you in danger as well. Yeah, we know. You sit back there. Watch over Griffith so he doesn't fall. I can't find the words when there's so much I want you to hear. Well, it's not like he can interrupt you. Right, let's go. I just love that Pippin is like pretty much the size of the horse. I love seeing little perspective shots like this. Apologies, guys. Oh, and it's still not here. Interesting. That's the thing with being a reactor sometimes. Sometimes the schedule is not quite your schedule. Over the weekend as well, I was pretty much looking all the way throughout Jump Festa, expecting some kind of big news or something, but there was actually no trailers or anything dropping for which I was that interested in. Jigaranku, I think it's called, Hell's Paradise, and there was another one earlier on that did drop trailers that I was quite interested in, but not enough to make a video at fucking 5 a.m. That's the thing, I stayed up really late. I was expecting maybe a Demon Slayer trailer, for example, or a what's it called, Jujutsu Kaisen trailer or something, but we did nothing big came like that, so kind of stayed up really late for nothing. Sometimes you got to kind of take those chances. I'm not sure how recording a video at 4 a.m. would have done for me. This isn't the time to be saying idle things, but this might really be our last glimpse of that city. A lot's happened when you think about it. Well, thank God, to be honest. A lot of bad stuff, as much as a lot of good stuff came from that city. I mean, got really high up. Quite a lot of bad stuff's happened in that place as well, so good riddance in my opinion. Looks like we're actually saying goodbye to those people, which is good news. I was hoping we wouldn't stay there too long. Otherwise, again, they probably would have died. They might end up dying anyway, maybe on the Black Dogs' kind of route towards the Band of the Hawk, potentially. I hope that's not the case, but I would not put it past the author of this. Damn. They just is he holding them so they fly out like that, or are they just, is he just so weak he can't really kind of hold on to them and they're just flying out of his hands? Either way, I think that's quite telling right there about obviously what they just said about maybe the last time they see that place. This is kind of the flowers leaving as well, the memories. Now it's all so distant, the little pieces of bits that happened. Damn, looks like Griffith is kind of reminiscing a little bit about his dream. But yeah, I do really like, again, how it's almost like a cocoon, this helmet. He had his stage with no helmet, long luscious hair, and then he cocooned into this. He doesn't even fit into the helmet, but it's almost like a cocoon for his transformation into Femto, isn't it? Where Femto has almost a very similar type helmet. Well, it's not even a helmet. I think it's part of him at that point, isn't it? But this is like the cocoon stage again. One of the most interesting stages, the stages of development. Again, it's a bit of a shame they left this stuff out. As we see one of our first glimpses of, well, I think we do see a little bit about Griffith's backstory before as well, don't we? A bit earlier than we see in the anime, I think. Obviously, these are quite big scenes in his backstory during the eclipse, aren't they? Got to the quick turn head. Whoa, whoa. Oh shit, they hear. Hi there. I knew it. I knew it. Show us anything wholesome in this and it gets ruined. Anything wholesome in the show gets fucking ruined at some point. And he's actually got like a dog. Yeah, a dog on his, he's wearing a dog as well. Which I guess is quite fitting. Might I inquire something of you, girlie? Did a suspicious group of a wounded man pass by here? That would be a horrible thing to fucking shove in your face like that, wouldn't it? She's absolutely trembling. Before the hawk hunt, guess I'll get the juices flowing a bit. I do not like to hear that. Yep, I fucking called it. Oh man. Every time, my dear. Maybe it's not happened one time. Maybe one time it hasn't happened with the old man and his daughter, the forger, the ironsmith, the blacksmith, ironsmith, whatever they're called. That is the one time we've ever met like a family and something hasn't happened. Oh my god, my dude. And still nothing. Interesting, I might just give up at this point. So, yeah, looks like they're all dead, except for the woman. The very nice, humble-looking man impaled by a sword through the throat, well, through the mouth. Love that. It's like his kids got burnt to death, or exploded. Arms and legs flying, so it looks like they maybe exploded, and looks like all the criminals are having at the woman, her mother. Fuck's sake, my dude. These guys look like fucking critters. If you guys have ever seen critters, they look like the critters. Especially this motherfucker. It's my motto. Make it fun. Make it stimulating. You're going to be a nightmare to censor this guy, isn't he? Oh my god. What's going on around him as well? Fucking hell. This really is like the Band of the Hawk kind of on steroids, isn't it? With just brutal. Well, I can't even really compare them. The Band of the Hawk are a bunch of criminals, but these guys are real fucking criminals. Oh my god, he's just holding that guy. Why did he pick his sword back up with this guy? Ah, wow. I love that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm not sure why I'm saying that now. I've still got another chapter. That's because I'm actually finishing for the day. Like I said, I'm recording this a day earlier than I usually would, but so tomorrow I'll just be recording the one chapter. But yeah, horrible and expected as well, unfortunately. Again, anything wholesome, anything nice, any family like this is just kind of fodder, really, aren't they? They're just destined to get brutalized in this horrible world. Again, it's like what I said about the world building and the stuff not making sense before about how he was not able to escape or anything. The same goes for this, but in terms of this very much follows the rules of the universe. This very much is what happens to the everyday person, the everyday family. It is such an unfortunate universe to live in, isn't it? This Berserk universe, and follows very much the rules of the author, as much as you wouldn't want that to happen. But yeah, really cool shots in this chapter. I like this. This shot is, again, as much as it doesn't really make much sense as to why he's got this power and is locked up and how he got caught in the first place. It's almost a little bit inspired by Hitchcock's The Crows, which is a very good movie. I only saw that once when I was like really young, so obviously mostly remember The Crows. I don't remember too much of the actual storyline that was going on, but almost a bit inspired by that. Although again, crows are in a lot of horror stuff, aren't they? But that's the one that first comes to mind. Really like that shot there. I really like this as well when he goes sicko mode. when he actually uses his kind of monster powers. It looks like they're a horrible bunch of fucking guys. These, aren't they? Interesting dialogue here by the king as well. Again, just shows how kind of brutal he is to set these guys out, and how much he holds Griffith kind of accountable for what's happened. Yeah, I think, guys, for watching this chapter, we'll get right into the next one. What's up, guys? So I am back with chapter 2 of the Devil Dogs. I'm pretty sure it's called. Apologies, I did, as I mentioned in about 20 seconds ago perhaps, that I'm recording this the day after I recorded the first chapter. Still fresh in my memory, of course, unfortunately. as predicted with the nice wholesome family we met, they all end up getting raped and killed, which yeah, horrible, as expected. But yeah, we'll be carrying on with Devil Dogs today, and then in the next reaction we'll be reacting to Devil Dogs chapter 3 and 4. So really, especially looking forward to those final chapters where hopefully we might get a little bit of comeuppance for these dogs. They look, again, more like critters if anything, but excited for this second chapter. I was about to do the intro. Again, it's a little bit confusing the way I've done things, but actually quite handy I've done things this way. But yeah, let's get into the second chapter. Pursuit? Isn't that? Wow, really? They've caught up and they're sending a message here, aren't they? Unfortunately, as there is the dead bodies of the family they just killed. Wow, these guys really are fucking brutal, aren't they? Jesus Christ, they're parading them about like toys and like trophies. These really are some of the dirtiest bastards we've seen yet, aren't they? Worse than almost any of the demons we've seen so far. Although I'm not really sure if I should call them demons. I'm not really sure what the right terminology is for them. Seems like it fits pretty nicely, but of course their leader's a demon, but most of these guys are human, and I think it's quite a big thing in general for me whenever a movie or something covers this, when humans are worse, much worse than demons and these evil entities. Human kind of, some humans anyway, do go past that point of being monsters and are disgusting creatures. On the inside they might look human on the outside, but on the inside they are just as ugly, if not more so. Oh, and an even better shot, brilliant. Oh my god. Look at that guy on the right there, holding the bottom half of the woman's body. Top half to the left of him. The burnt kid. Do you know what? At least the kids didn't get raped. At least that wasn't the case. At least they just got killed. Just a couple dangling legs there on the left. Jesus Christ. See, if I was Guts around the Hawk at this point, after seeing this, I wouldn't get involved with it. I understand why Guts is so touchy and so void of any kind of emotion towards people and such. It's because he wants to protect them, because this fucking happens to you. This is what happens if you get involved with Guts and the Band of the Hawk. Ah, oh, man. As much as it's disgusting, it's a really good fucking shot right here, isn't it? See, this is also disgusting in a different way from what I'm used to as well. Like, I've seen a lot of horror movies and such. I've seen a lot of deaths and gore and such. But when they're actually like nice people. I mean, even when they're nice people in movies, I don't think it's the same as, because they a lot of the time they do kind of shy away from killing the kids and such, and the whole family is just a bit more ruthless, isn't it? Makes you feel a little bit more for them. Not sure why that is exactly, but I just do. I think with a movie, you kind of know what you're getting in that 130 minutes or so. No! How could they? The Black Dog Knights. An army unit drafted from criminals. They're the most rough... What? They're the most rough-shod... Never heard that expression before. They're the most rough-shod in all Midland. Gonna have to Google that one. Never heard that expression. There's a movie called Roughshod, of a horse having shoes with nails. I don't think that's the... Is that basically saying they're like a not very well fitting horseshoe, like a bit of a messed up, horrible horseshoe? I don't know. Again, I've never heard that before. I'd heard in the war they were so bad they were sent to the frontier. But this is even worse than the rumours. Well, it makes sense that these guys get worse over time. The more kind of freedom they're allowed, being prisoners, the worse they're going to get, isn't it? So in prison as well, when I've seen like documentaries and stuff, you give people an inch, especially in places like prison and such, they will try and take a mile. They will go as far as possible with that piece of freedom. First assassins, now a bunch of thugs? Isn't it normal for a single... This isn't normal for a single jailbird. Looks like we're really on the king's bad side. Jadao, we should see the bridge soon. Fly! Like you had to tell me. I see it. But with so little distance between us, we can't use that trap. Not good. Guts? I'll buy some time. Go! Let's go. Let's give these bastards what they deserve, man. This is what I said I was looking forward to in the 3rd and 4th chapters, but I guess we're starting this off today. A little bit of brutalization. A little bit deserved brutalization. No! Don't be absurd again. Like you were that time. Don't worry. I learned something fighting those 100 men. If things turn ugly, I'll run. Asker worried, of course. I mean, he's sending himself into some of the most disgusting people. Honestly, it depends what a lot of the prisoners done, but from the rape and such that we did see last episode, a lot of these guys do deserve to fucking die, don't they? I would say in real life, a lot of criminals probably don't deserve to die. I will say, though, people that maybe not... It's a tough subject, isn't it? Because it depends on the severity of the rape, and especially paedophiles, in my opinion, deserve to die. I think they deserve the death sentence, but again, there's a whole kind of argument and such about that. You could say living is worse, is a worse punishment perhaps, but I don't know. I feel like they deserve to die personally. Rapists, again, to an extent, I think deserve to die. Depends. Again, when you say it depends, that's where the problem lies, isn't it? Because Where do you draw the line? Should all rapists die, or should no rapists die? Depends on the circumstance for me personally, but again, you can't really play God like that, can you? I guess. Although in America they still do have the death penalty, so there's some places you can. Griffith catching Casca's expression right here. His mouth moves a little bit. Now then. Hey, Pippin, let's go. Two big bastards joining us, eh? Let's go, Pippin. Looks like you want some revenge as well. Band of the Hawk power tag, huh? Power tag. Okay. Let's go. Let's fucking kill these grizzly bastards. Eyes popping, as the author of this show really likes to do, doesn't he? Eyes popping out. I'm not sure how realistic that is. It's not that often that I see that, to be honest. Especially in the frequency that this comes up in Berserk, people's eyes popping out. I guess it makes sense with Guts being so powerful that his swings literally like leaves their eyes in place, but their head's just going backwards. But their eyes are attached to their head, so again, I'm not sure about the viability of that, but it looks cool, doesn't it? It does look cool. Horses mixed in there as well. I do love the look of the horses with the no eyeballs, to be honest. They look kind of demonic, but it really suits the obviously style of this show. Not that it matters at all, but it just kind of fits the theme of like death, doesn't it? God damn, what happened to this dude? He's got his jaw left on, but the rest of his head cut off. Look at this guy's reaction. Looks like a rat. Oh, there's the upper half of it. Like it's getting swung. Couple of arms just floating here with sword. Another one is floating here with an axe. A sword, sorry, I mean a pickaxe, I guess. I don't know. This one's an actual axe. Pippin's big fist. These guys are quite skinny, aren't they? Just getting pummeled. Ooh, damn. They're still charging us, eh? Dumb bastards. What's with these guys? They won't back down no matter how many we kill. I think that's probably something maybe instilled in them by their leader as well, perhaps. Maybe they're more frightened of going back to their leader and losing than they are dying right here. It'd be a probably worse death. Probably get raped by him. But the more the merrier. It ain't normal. Their eyes. It's fear. They're being driven on by friggin' fear. Yeah, I guess it's return to death or fucking dive right into your death. Either way, you're dying, I guess. So that really makes a lot of sense. These faces here, don't they? Crazed. Crazed by death and fear. Damn. That guy does not look like he should be a criminal. on the left here. Look at them, they're all bracing themselves for their death, aren't they? I think that's their leader at the back there. Still holding up those bodies. Move! Oh crap, he's using them as a weapon, my dude. That's just so disrespectful, my dude. These guys got no respect for anything. And that's probably saying the least about these pricks. He's literally attacked us with the dead body of the woman that helped us earlier. And we've had to fucking cut her head off. Well, she's dead anyway, but just the disrespect, my dude. It's like a turkey stick. Honestly, it'd be a pretty cool scene if that was like guts or someone using a villain's body, but no. That's not very cool. And here he is. Well, ain't we a lovely one? Let me play some too. Can't wait for this guy to die. Sure. I'll play. With you. Let's go, Guts. This is one of our first kind of demon battles for Guts, isn't it, right here? We faced Zod, but no one else, I don't think. And that wasn't really a fair fight between Zod, was it? That was not a fair fight. Interesting to see if this will be a fair fight, because this guy is quite human, but again, he's got that kind of very overpowered power of just snapping and a bunch of crows chucking you up on a roof. So we'll see if he can do that to Guts. I can't imagine you'd have enough crows to carry Guts, to be honest with you, and Pippin especially, to be fair. Like, just thinking of the ratio of body parts that a crow can pick up to Guts' weight, I don't think there'd be enough. Again, I'm not really sure about that, but I doubt it. They could peck him to death, that's for sure, but lift him up, I'm not sure it's possible. What? Oh ho! Now that's one big toy. So, what do you do now? Well, looks like things have not started off great. Even their horse is fucking ugly and kind of decrepit. I guess that kind of shows how they treat everything, even their horses that they ride on, which hopefully might come to bite them in the arse, perhaps. Maybe their horse like faints and they're in like a fatal moment or something. That would be quite the comeuppance. Yeah, he just catches Guts' swing, which is not good. I hate this guy. Nice to see everyone else got away though. Like Casca's jumped off. She's doing the trap. Is that going to explode the bridge? I'm getting crushed. Let's go, Pippin. Big Pippin here with the hand. Yeek! As he lets go. Attack team. That sounds like fun too. This guy almost looks a bit like a horse, doesn't he, as well? What is he? No one's ever stopped my sword bare-handed before. And with one hand too. And it's bloodthirst. It ain't normal. Yeah, Guts is obviously catching on. I mean, again, it's pretty unlikely to stop Guts' swing in general, let alone bare hand, let alone with one hand bare-handedly. Oh, damn. I guess that's his kind of bloodthirst coming through right here. Oh, I can't wait, just knock his teeth out, man. Just break that nose a little bit. Disgusting fucking guy, isn't he? I know this. I remember this feeling. It's the same. Well, not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. Similar. But I don't think he's got quite the same aura as Zod, or especially Skull Knight, in my opinion. From my point of view, that is. I don't think he's got quite the same aura. Yeah, well, he is in a way, I guess. As cool as Skull Knight is and as intimidating as Zod is, I guess he's as disgusting. He's got a disgusting aura, which is probably more disgusting than those two, to be fair. Than those two's auras of coolness and scariness, I guess. So maybe that is the case. Obviously, I think he's just, again, talking in terms of bloodlust and their lust for blood, which is obviously the meaning of bloodlust. But again, I wouldn't put these guys on par, personally. We haven't really seen all that much of what this guy can do, to be fair. So he's caught Guts' blade with one hand, but I feel like if Zod done that, Guts would have just died, if you know what I'm saying. Guts! Come on! Oh? Oh, that is not a good idea right there. Pippin and Guts have just turned away from this guy. I do not like that one bit. That's like the first rule of boxing or fighting, isn't it? You should never turn your back on your opponent. Especially one as dirty as this guy. If they get away with this, I'll be surprised. Oh, they are getting away. Wake up! It's alright. Don't be scared. Gunpowder. Fun. Who looks at that? It's fun. Blow this fucker up, please, Casca. Hurry! And that is where we're ending off. As much as I really would like to do another chapter, just because I've only read the one today, I would like to do another one. I'm not going to, just because it'd probably be better setting out and doing chapter 3 and 4 together next week. And obviously this episode probably is long enough already for you guys, but again, it feels like just like 15-20 minutes for me, which is a bit of a shame. I'm not sure when there's going to be a break for the winter anime, but I'll probably be reading a little bit more during that week or so, because I don't think there'll be any weekly anime. At some point, again, I'm not sure if that's like the New Year's week or what, but I'll probably be reading more Berserk and probably reacting to a little bit more Sangetsu during that week. And then I think my schedule will be reasonably... I think it's actually going to be... quite congested. Not in terms of the days of the week, but on Saturdays... I think I've got 3 shows on Saturdays. I've got 2 currently, as well as I play football on Saturdays as well. So, bit of a nightmare, honestly. A bit of a nightmare that a lot of the shows I want to watch are coming out on Saturday. I might move one to like Sunday or something, perhaps, which might make things easier for me. But other than that, I think I've got one on Mondays, and then I'm looking at this right, one on Thursdays, so I won't be doing it as much as I'm doing it currently. I think I'm doing one on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Saturday, which is 4 days of the week, and I will be doing it on Saturdays, probably Sundays, which doesn't matter at all because I don't upload on Sundays anyway. So I'll take that one away. Mondays and Thursdays. So it'll be one less day during the week, although one more essentially, but one less. So I'll probably have a little bit more time to again either do another episode of Berserk during the week or another episode of Sangetsu. Which one yet? I'm not 100% sure. I'm kind of enjoying both the same, to be honest with you. Berserk has been really fucking awesome, but so is the start of Sangetsu no Line, to be honest. So definitely check those reactions out if you guys do like that show. But let me know what you guys thought about these couple chapters down in the comment section. Again, really good couple chapters, really disgusting and gross couple chapters as well. Really met some of the kind of worst fucking humans you've ever met in your life during these chapters, which I guess is something, isn't it? So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about these down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys did did like this video and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these reactions. I'm uploading this on Friday, I think, so I'll be back on Tuesday with chapters 3 and 4 to end out this Devil Dogs couple chapters, so hopefully you can join me then. And yeah, have a good rest of your day, guys.